We are celebrating our fathers this Sunday, and we honor them. Look, without our fathers, we won't be here. I always say this because we can't create human beings without fathers. We need the fathers to be here today. So we are so grateful to our fathers. And this discussion is being joined by a celebrity dad. I don't know how he combines this whole thing, but it's actually something that we need to know how he does it, because I always see him dropping his son off in school, and I'm like, how do you do it? Like, you go on set, you make sure that you're taking your son to school, you make sure you're picking it up from school. Do you even bath him? We'll talk about that. But before then, we want to clarify this. We want to apologize for the last story that we brought to you on the Ghana Premier League. Dreams FC have not been demoted. It was a mix-up. So Ashanti Gold, who weren't mentioned in there, were demoted some weeks back as a result of the betting scandal they were involved in. So we are clearing it. Dreams FC have not been demoted. It was a mix-up. However, Ashanti Gold was demoted some time ago, some weeks ago, and this was a result as a scandal because of some betting issue. So that is it. So we apologize for that report. But joining me this morning, his name is Adjetey Anang. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm good.
Right.
I'm right.
You know, when I knew you were not a dad, then you became a dad. So I don't know the journey. You need to take us through the journey. How has it all been?
It's been a learning process, I would say. I mean, it's nothing that you'd expect. I mean, yes, people do tell you, giving us an idea of what fatherhood would be, how the children will behave and all that, the stages, the terrible twos, etc. It's no more terrible two. It's something else. and so you go in with a lot of expectations. When things don't go the way you anticipate, and then it becomes a bit problematic and a bit frustration sets in, etc. So it's been bits and pieces of everything. And for me, I've just more or less welcomed it. To be like a learning process for me, and I think I've enjoyed it.
But did the advice of the people help?
Some did, some didn't. Yeah.
It's like every child is different. That's one thing I've come to realize.
Yeah, and also, it's also how you the role you also play, and how involved you are, because you can detach from the whole process, and it would be totally another different experience. And so for me, I think that there are certain underlining, markers that becomes very similar from one family to the other, but you always have your unique experience with your child. Yeah.
You're very attached to your son. How old is he?
He's 7.
Okay, were you there when he was being born?
I was.
Okay.
I was, actually.
Share the experience with us.
I mean, it was so surreal. For a moment, I thought that I was watching a movie, and with me thrown in there. And words can't really describe, the feeling of a baby coming out of another human being, and it's unbelievable. It's as if time is suspended, and then waiting for the first cry or something, and then immediately sound comes out. You're like, wow, we're back to life. And so it's nothing that words are not enough to describe. You have to experience it, and it's always been my prayer that fathers would have the opportunity to really experience that and see the work that mothers go through, and all that. I think it adds something to the bond. Yeah. Right.
So joining us via Zoom this morning is David Opong. Hello, David.
Hello.
Hi. How are you today? Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great by God's grace.
Fantastic. We are celebrating our fathers, and of course, you being a father. How many children do you have?
I have 2 now.
Oh, wow.
A girl
and a boy.
Yeah.
Oh, whoop, 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 whoop. So you have both sexes. Tell us how you balance work life and fatherhood.
Wow. It's not always easy, because my work takes me out of the house most of the times. But luckily for me, I sort of groomed my kids to understand my work schedule, and they are quite supportive and understanding, especially my first. When she was born, I was doing a more difficult one where I used to go for several months. And all I needed to do when I realized she could understand things was to sit her down and just tell her that he has to go to work for the next trip. Come on this time. And trust me, after that conversation, everybody knows when I'm going and I'm coming. Anybody else, you know, it's not been easy. Sometimes they ask you questions, you know, that make you yourself feel very sad, you know. But, you know, with time, once you keep explaining and explaining, I think they get used to it. But what I have done that has been helpful is that any opportunity I get, I try to engage them, speak with them, sometimes a WhatsApp call by Zoom, you know. And when I'm home, I make sure that I am home. I make sure I give them all the time they need and
no phones allowed.
They need.
No phones allowed. Yes. Is daddy and children the bonding time?
Yes. At least before when they leave for school, then you can do whatever you want to do. If I any business in town, I make sure I go and come so that by the time they come, and I mean they ask you every morning, you know, Daddy, are you going to be home when we come back from school, Daddy? Sometimes it's almost annoying, but you know, because we didn't grow up to have the opportunity to question our dads that way. But we realize these are the times we are in, and you have to answer to them while you are going out. While you are not with them, and when you have the time, you make the most out of it. Spend it with them, take them out. You know,
make the most out of it.
Make them look. Yeah.
Let me come to you, Adjetey. You know, talking about we didn't get that as growing up. You know, now the fathers are different. You are hands-on. I mean, tell us some of the things that you do that your father never did.
Well, I think that for one of the things that I know that my father and his generation did was to spend more time in making sure that they leave some legacy. And so they're making sure that they're giving you a quality education. The focus is on, okay, when I'm gone, I have something established for you, you take over. And that is good because, you know, we're supposed to leave some legacy behind for our children and some inheritance. But I think that the focus becomes lopsided in the sense that we sacrifice quality time spent with the children, and that was my scenario where I didn't have quality time spent with me, and therefore I'm picking information from different sources. Materials that are coming in are not supposed to come to me because he is not there practically. He is focused on, you know, work, making sure I'm living inheritance for this boy, which is good. But then I don't have a father figure as in a living example where I can deal with issues like my self-esteem, my confidence, etc. are missing, and therefore I either watch movies and take tidbits, or people in the community who are not even the perfect examples or the right examples, and I'm picking all sorts of, you know, information, and that really did some damage, if you will. And I think that it is crucial that we balance the scale whereby we spend quality time just to know even our thought processes, the child's thought processes. What are they thinking about? What are their interests? Because that also helps you to guide the child into the direction that you'd want them to based on your experience.
Does he still brush your hair?
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't anymore.
I do it now.
I think we saw a video when COVID came in. We saw a video of you barbering his hair. You didn't want to take. Do you still barber his hair, or you take him to the barbers now? Yeah,
once in a while I do that just so that we can interact and ask questions. We talk about things. But I take him to the barbers. But yeah.
Now you take him to school as well, right?
I do.
Every day?
Almost every day. That is, if I'm in town, I do that, and it's intentional because sometimes, you know, life happens so fast that before you realize a month is over, we're going to the next month, and you know, between the home and the school, through traffic, we have an opportunity to interact. So we chat what's happening in school, who are your best friends, who are the girls that you like, and all that. You know,
you've gotten there already?
Yeah, we do.
He already likes someone?
These guys are smart. You know, they are moving at a fast fast pace, and you have to drop those things early, and then you see some smile, and you know that there's somebody out there, and then they're able to, he comes out to tell me that, well, he likes this girl and that girl and that girl, just to get him to really out of his shell.
Right.
Then you know what he's thinking about, then you can guide and tell him what to do, what not to do, etc. Other than leaving it and then he picking it from all sorts of places.
That's so true. That's so true. Did you change his diaper when he was?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
lots
you did.
Of times, yeah.
Okay, so what's that?
Lots of times.
I wish I could get a lot of dads tell us if they actually did change their baby's diapers. But let's watch this video and then we'll come back to the studio after that.
Did you tell the neighbor about what the president said when he wanted to come to your house? What did you tell him?
I told him you cannot come to people's house.
Why?
Because of the coronavirus and the president said nobody should go to anybody's house.
You don't have to shout.
The president said nobody should go to anybody's house.
Okay.
Oh, really? Okay. What will happen when people go to people's houses? The president will be mad.
If the president finds out, then he's mad.
Does he shout like that mostly?
No, he doesn't.
Is he a quiet boy?
No, he's not. No, he's not. Yeah. I mean, of course, as children would do when they go into a space that they are not familiar with, they kind of take their time, observe, and then once they get into their stride, they're at home.
They usually say the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
I've heard that.
Yes, but you are quiet. You are very reserved.
Apply in my case.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I was going to ask. Because you are very reserved. I mean, for people who don't know you, I've known you for more than 15 years. So I know you are very, very reserved.
That's right.
But your son, you said he's not?
No, he's not. He has his moments.
What qualities do you have that your son has embodied as well?
I think he observes a lot. He doesn't listen too much as I do, so he observes a lot. I think that he knows what he wants, as in he really knows what he wants, and he will prove it to you why he wants this A, B, and C. It's not just a feeling. I think these are the qualities that stand out for me at this level. Yeah. Is
it closer to you or to mom?
Both, with specific reasons.
Okay.
He knows why he's close to me, and he knows why he's close to the mom, and he picks his moments, and so I'll say it's pretty balanced.
Right.
Yeah.
We have a Real Daddy Code coming up on Sunday, and in celebrating our fathers this year, Prime Morning, we are asking every daddy who is within the ages of 25 to 45 years who are present with their children, or you are very present in your children's lives, and you have unique stories, or you have a unique daddy code, do send it to us. Simply call into Prime Morning or Showbiz Now or Fresh Juice and share your unique daddy code story. Tell us how important and gratifying it is to be involved in your child's life, just like Adjetey is doing right now. He's telling us. I don't, the smile on your face, when you're talking about your movies, we don't get the smile. When you're talking about your son, we get to the smile.
Yeah, because I talk about characters. I'm talking about my son.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's because
let me go to David on Zoom. Hi, David. Hello.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, David. What do you love the most about being a father?
Every bit of it, actually. Every bit of it, including the frustrations and the hard times. So, because it gives you this fulfillment, First of all, you get so excited when they are born. The fact that, you have also been able to bring a human being into this world. And the most gratifying moments are when you are able to provide. Everybody knows, it's not always a smooth ride in the economy and the hardships, but when you are able to provide them with what they need, when you are able to answer their questions and the bonding, you feel this fulfillment, and to me, is the best feeling in the world. The fact that your children see you as a Superman, you know. I have my son is 7 and he can talk about cars, you know. I was surprised when he insisted I take him to school because they have a bus that takes them to school. I didn't know why he always insisted I take him to school. So one day I asked him, then I got to know that it's because they discussed their father's cars.
Oh, wow. He wanted to show off daddy's car.
Yeah, and he actually wanted me to bring him to school so that his friends see his daddy's car. And I am
daddy's car. Oh, you have to unmute yourself, David. Unfortunately, I can't hear you anymore. I think we are having some technical challenges with David, so let's come back to the studio. And like I was telling you, the real daddy code, now it doesn't end there. We'll select 5 great stories and you will get to spend time with Magdan on Sunday. Magdan himself, yes, Daniel Macaulay, you get to spend time with him. So all you need to do is to call into these shows, that's the Prime Morning, Showbiz Now, or Fresh Juice. Share your unique daddy code. Everybody has a daddy code. I don't know if it's the I, it's the IS, or, you know, everybody and their unique daddy code. And definitely Adjetey will share his daddy code before he leaves. And we'll do all of that. Is David on? He's back on.
Hello?
Yes, David. Sorry, the network became a bit funny.
Yeah, I think it's the network. So, as I was saying, I was surprised at the boy's knowledge of cars. He knew about Tesla. Can you imagine?
Oh, really?
All the models of Tesla, a 7-year-old. So, it gives you, it makes you know the potential of the modern kid, and it helps you decide which information to divulge to them, you know. And to me, I feel really good. And secondly, like, for instance, about the barbering of hair, I learned how to barber with my son, you know, from where he was. I think it was around 8 months the first time I gave him a haircut. And since then, he has always been used to it. Just that we enjoy going to the barbers most of the time. He does also because there's a PS5 there that he can play at the barbers also. For some time now, we've not been doing the barbering in the house. But, I mean, it's a great feeling. I think our daddies lost a big opportunity, you know, just as Adjetey was saying, only concentrating on what to do, what to leave for the kids. And the modern kids, you'll be amazed at the extent of their intellect and what you can even learn from them. So I will entreat all daddies to be more involved, you know, and you will enjoy it.
Thank you so much for speaking to us this morning. I believe you won't trade being a daddy for a thing.
No.
What is your daddy code? Before you go, what's your daddy code?
I have more kids, but
you should.
Unfortunately, the times are different, you know. My dad had 8. I have only 2. It's, you know, I wish I could have more, but, you know, different times.
So you're done? Are you done with the 2?
I would say yes for now.
Nobody knows tomorrow.
Yes, actually.
Right. Thank you so much for speaking to us. But before you go, what's your daddy code?
It's a lot. I think I have to think about it because there are 2, so I have different codes for both of them.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, with my son, we speak about cars.
Okay.
We talk about cars a lot. And with the girl, I have a special connection with her.
Right.
And it's understanding, you know. Sometimes she understands me even more than, you know, the madam herself. So it's, after some debates, she will corner me and she will let me know that I shouldn't worry. She understands what was going on, you know. So with her, it's a special connection. That's what.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning, David. It's been a great conversation with you. Okay, so back to the studio. Adjetey, what's your daddy code? I was going to ask you. You knew I was going to ask you.
That's my code.
Really?
That look.
Oh, that's it.
A look. He knows.
Give us a look again. And he goes like, okay, I'm not doing this again.
Yeah, he gets
but do you believe in training your children with caning?
No, I don't. I think that there are exceptions. So extreme cases, yes, you should introduce the cane. But I think that for the most part, these are children who are reasoning with you, would want to dialogue, and so you need to meet them at that point, explain things to them, why you shouldn't have done this because there are the reasons why. Explain it, but punish them, but not using the cane. So, for example, what are some of his favorite stuff that he really won't miss? So, animation or cartoon. He has this special program. One of them could be Blaze and the Monster Machines, and so he knows that if he messes up or he's naughty, that is not going to allow him to watch Blaze, and that kills him, and so he makes sure that next time he's not going to do that again because he's going to be punished. Right. So let's find ways in which we can punish them and resist using the cane, only in exceptional cases.
Right. Thank you so much for that. But there's a movie coming up?
Oh yeah, there's a movie coming up. The Gold Coast Lounge, which happens to be a production by Pascal Aka. It's had great reviews. It's showing the Silver Bear Cinemas on the 18th, so this very Saturday, 7:30, 9:30, and you'd love to see it. The great part of this movie is that we get to speak our local dialect, right? And for the most part.
Okay, I was going to say, so no English at all?
Oh, there's English, but it's
but that slapped though. You were slapped. Was it real?
Yes, it was. We needed to get it right.
Did you feel dizzy after?
I felt it. I felt the pain, but I had to be in character.
As I was watching it, I felt the pain for you.
I had to remain in character. So yeah, and it has a lot of. I mean, basically, it's a metaphorical. It takes a look at ourselves and the need for us to be independent, to support what we have, grow what we eat, wear what we produce, and not the dependency on beyond our shores. How to tone it down so that we look inward, but it's artistically done. It would satisfy all your senses, and I think that it's a great movie that we should never miss.
So it's a Silver Bear
Cinemas.
What time is it?
7:30 and 9:30 p.m.
Okay, and tickets will be selling from there.
Silver Bear Cinemas.
Do we have any soft code that we can buy the ticket from, or it's just a Silver Bear?
For now, it's Silver Bear Cinemas.
Okay, right. So we'll come there to watch this particular movie because we've heard so much about it. Yeah. It's won multiple awards.
That's right.
And it deserves to be watched.
Yeah.
And once you are in there, we know it's actually like, hey, going up there, up there. But do you think your son will be an actor one day?
I have no idea.
Has he shown interest?
He's shown glimpses of that, but I think that at this point he's more tailored to the sciences because he talks mostly about those things, the galaxies, etc. And he seems to have, has a lot of knowledge in that direction. Sometimes I need to really do some research and then get back to him because he said something that I'm not sure of. So probably.
Just a wabong.
I don't know it all, man.
You don't know it all. Thank you so much for being here today.
Pleasure.
We are super grateful. But what's your fondest memory as a dad?
Oh boy, as a dad, that's so many of them. I still can't take that image of him coming out of the mother. But I think that one of the most was when we're left alone. I think the mom traveled, and it was a test of where I stood in his life, playing mommy and daddy. And I think that he really give me a pat on the back that I'm a great father. Oh,
that's so nice.
Yeah.
We'll definitely be celebrating you on Sunday. We'll bring you your gift. I don't know what you want. I won't ask you, but we'll bring you a gift. Thank you so much for being here this morning. And we celebrate every father out there. There's more conversations coming your way on Prime Morning. KMJ will take us away with that. Do stay with us.